the Red Light Racing Podcast.
Hello, and if you've just had an eargasm like me, that was the sound of a V10 Ferrari engine. There's a lot of speculation going around today and the last few months about the FIA bringing back V10s. I'm just doing a little shortish podcast about it because I've got a stiffy just thinking about it. If they bring back V10s in F1, oh my fucking God, bring on the headaches. I can't wait. I love them. I fucking love the V10. My mum hated it growing up. She used to go, turn the TV down. It was just screaming like, ew, 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 ew. I was like, fuck yeah, boys. That sound was my childhood. And maybe even a lot of your guys' childhood. And maybe you're a kid listening to this. And if you are, you need to listen to a V10. They're fucking incredible. I had the privilege last year going to Goodwood. We've done it a few times, but last year I was really looking out for them. But they had the Williams with their V10. Oh my fucking God. I ran out a Renault one there as well. I think it was a Renault. No, it was definitely a Williams, but my God. No, it wasn't a Williams. Just Williams. No, it was a Williams, not a Renault. The fucking sound. My girlfriend was covering her ears. What the fuck is that? I was like, that is fucking sex. It wasn't, because we were in Goodwood and I would have got done for indecent exposure. So would she. But it sounded incredible. And I was tingling. I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. This needs to come back. So this was last June. And there's been a lot of talks about these biofuels, these all these things that Porsche and F1 and all of these different car companies are developing. These, I guess you could call them carbon neutral fuels, where what they do, the petrol or the ethanol or whatever it is, this is dumbed down, by the way. I'm not a scientist. What happens is they take the carbon from the air and then they make hydrocarbons from the air, which is fuel, and they put that in your car, in an F1 car. So technically it's a net zero fuel because whatever they're putting out is what they've put in. So it's not actually adding to climate change or the stuff in the air. I don't know if they've got a cleaning way of doing it so it actually puts less out. But even if it's 1-to-1, then bingo. People can't then moan about, F1's really bad. It's really bad for the environment. Fuck you. Have a burger and, enjoy your time on the planet. I want F1 to have V10 engines, and I think this net zero carbon fuel thing they're on about is amazing. They've been developing it for years. I don't know if I think they might even be using it now, I think. And at the moment, with these current regulations, it's this hybrid era. And a lot of these car companies for 2026, they've got this new regulation where they've got to develop, I don't know how, I think it's a 50-50 output with the V6s with the hybrid system. I'm not too sure because I'm not a boffin. I wish I was. But apparently, Red Bull is struggling to create an engine with Ford. They're struggling to do it. There's a couple other teams who are struggling to get the power output from the electric batteries to be efficient enough and powerful enough to have the output necessary. So there's talks at the moment, again, talks, maybe even rumours, that they're really considering having V10s in 2028, which is amazing. What the original plan was, from what everyone's speculating online, is that the new regulations for 2026 will be for 2 years. But then they were it could be a couple year extension to 2029, and then they'd bring the V10s. I think, because Cadillac are joining, I think Cadillac have, because they're paying hundreds of millions of pounds just to join. Maybe it's £500 million. I can't remember what the price is to join with the Concord agreement. So okay, I'm going all over the shop here, but with Concord agreements and all of that in place, the 10 teams in F1 at the moment, they're like, we don't want 11th team because the 11th team will like reduce our money we get from F1. So all the teams get money for being in F1 and for like adding to the sport. And you have teams like Ferrari, Mercedes and McLaren, and I think maybe Williams. I don't know if that's changed, but they get potentially more money. I know Ferrari had like 5% or whatever it is for fucking years because they're a historic team. I think with the 11th team agreement, they've got to pay that the dividend change to each team. But that's like a short-term thing. So Cadillac are coming, who are like America's fucking whoop. Let's fucking go. V10s, I think it's more V10s, V8s, and I don't think there's V12s, but they might do. I don't really know much about Cadillac. I do apologise to any American listeners listening to this right now, probably pulling your hair out, thinking this kid has no idea. I don't know many American cars. I'm a European, I'm an Englishman. I'd love to know more about them and Chevys and all of that. I don't know much about them. But anyway, I don't know, is a Chevy even a Cadillac? I'd say I don't know. I don't know my American cars at all. Give me a Ferrari or Porsche, I'm fucking all over it. But yeah, but I know pretty well that Cadillac love their beefy engines, and they've been developing beefy engines for a fucking long time. So it's just, I feel like they're pushing as the 11th team for the V10. I think teams like, maybe not Ferrari, because they probably developed quite a lot with the hybrid engines for 26, and maybe not Mercedes as well. But I think teams like Haas, Red Bull, maybe a bit of Honda as well with Aston Martin, they're going to be pushing for V10s because they're cheaper to make than the hybrid. I think they're lighter potentially too. I haven't looked that up, but I've got a feeling they could be slightly lighter because of the batteries. And I feel like they're more powerful. So they're lighter and more powerful, I think. They're cheaper to make 100%. They're way cheaper to make than a fucking hybrid system. They're less complicated. It means less with the money, with expenditure, with all like the price cap and all of that. It just starts to make a bit more sense to go down the combustion route with a turbo than the hybrids. And if they've got the bloody net zero fuel, then fucking brilliant. So I jumped on Reddit just before this video because I've been seeing this for a while, this V10 stuff. So I thought I was going to go on Reddit and see what people have been putting, and it's quite cool. So one of the things was cancel the 2026 power unit changes and keep the current chassis rule for 2 more years. Then introduce a V10 for 28. That sounds lovely, doesn't it? It says something to do with keep the 2026 rules for 3 years and then introduce the V10 for 29. Again, I'd rather it be in 28. I think we all would if you love V10s like I do. And I'm hoping they do that. But there's been some controversy, I guess, with this topic. So they've got Audi joining for next year, and they've probably joined F1 with the power unit agreement in check with hybrids, because Audi are like, well, yeah, we want to use a hybrid stuff, develop a lot of hybrid stuff and use that in our cars, because they'll be going down the hybrid route with their cars they sell to the public. So they're using the F1 merger with the hybrid engines to go, right, we're developing engines. This is how good our hybrid engine is. It's in your Audi RS6 or whatever fucking car would have a form of a hybrid engine, or their whatever supercar they develop. But they're probably thinking, well, they don't want to have the V10s come in 2028 or 29. So they're probably going to be against it. But I've got a cheeky suspicion in the next 10 years, all of this electric Tesla bullshit, all of like these hybrids and electric cars, I've got a funny suspicion, cheeky little suspicion. I'm not a politician, so I don't understand how the world order chooses what cars you can get and why. But let's face it, the power grid, especially where I live in England and around the south of England where I live, there's not that many like charging docks for all these supposed cars you've got to be buying by, is it 2035 or something? They've pushed back because of like we're not ready for it. So in 10 years, I think you can only buy like electric or hybrid cars. Fucking, that ain't happening, is it? Not a chance. So I've got a sneaky suspicion that the fuel, which is saying about, we want to have net zero to all of this, we're just going to have net zero fuel. Like F1 have been developing it, have got it developed, Porsche have been doing the same. And Porsche have now, like, they put, I think last year, something about they are still going to be pushing like the turbos and like the V6s and all of that. They're keeping the combustion engine. And I think Ferrari, I've just like put a, I'll see if I can find it, but apparently they've got like a development for a V12 or an engine coming up for in the future, which is like ground changing or groundbreaking, whatever the fucking right terminology is. It's been a long day. It's almost 8 o'clock for me, PM. So I just don't think all of these manufacturers are going to be going down that electric car route thing. I don't. And you look at Tesla's stock prices and all of that, I think it's dropped like 20%. I'm going to have a quick look on my phone because it's funny. By the way, if you've got Tesla stocks, I feel for you. Tesla stocks, have a look. Okay, it's gone up 5% today. So that's good. And it's down 34% in a month, which is mad. So electric cars, I don't think they're as great as what people are making out. In the last year, they're 37% down. So I think the hype for electric cars and hybrid cars are slowly starting to subside. If you go to any of these like car meets or like car festivals or like Goodwood or wherever you are on the planet, when you have like Pebble Beach and all of that, and you have these beautiful cars. You have like the V8s, V10s, V12s, W16s, all of these beautiful engines and all of these beautiful cars. And you think, oh, they're gorgeous. And you can hear them rev. And all of a sudden, you've got a plastic Hot Wheels car covered in glass and LED lights, which can go zoomies really quickly, but it's boring. And it's my opinion, when I've gone to these hill climbs and you have like these amazing electric cars built, like the quickest ones which go up, what's the hill climb in Pikes Peak, like these Pikes Peak cars. They have incredible torque, incredible 0 to 60 speeds, all of this incredible stuff, amazing downforce. They make no noise and they're not interesting. If you're interested in the speed, just seeing how fast they go past you, yeah, it's incredible. But then for me, I like to hear the emotion of the car, not just the squeaking of the bloody motors. It just sounds bizarre. Do you know what it sounds like when I was there? When he had these like incredible, it had this Ford Transit. You can look this up. It had this Ford Transit Pikes Peak car. Huge spoiler on the back. I don't know how many batteries was in it, but apparently it was like souped up with batteries. And it sounded like a washing machine's bearings going at full spin. Like, and it was just flew past us. I was like, what the fuck was that? It was incredible to see, but it ain't gripping you. Another good example of this is Formula E. I know maybe some of you guys listen to this, and maybe in the future Formula E might give me a reach out, like, can you give us a shout out? I doubt it. I'm just doing this for fun and I haven't got that many people listening. But Formula E, again, that's a failing fucking sport. No one gives a shit. If you do, and you're listening to this because you're a Formula E fan, I want to get into it because it's racing, but I can't because it looks like RC cars. And you can say the same thing about F1 cars and these LED lights with the night race and the night races. It does look cool. It looks very Tron Legacy, but I think it's a bit of a gimmick at the current moment in my life. I'm like, no one really gives a fuck. It's kind of sad and quite boring. And they're trying to make it exciting with all these different celebrities. Like, who was it the other day? Beast, whatever his name is, Mr. Beast. He had a crash in the Formula E car and they grabbed the shit out of that, and all these reels were getting put out with Formula E with Mr. Beast crashing. It's like, oh my god, Mr. Beast crashes a Formula E car. It literally looked like my nan slipping over on a banana skin. I was just like, what the fuck is that? I felt bad for him because the car was like, and just banked to the barrier. I was like, what the fuck? So, yeah, I just don't think these electric cars have the personality. And now that F1 is booming, let's face it, it's been booming for the last few years, they don't really need to depend on like car companies coming in to bring in the big money. They're bringing their money in to be part of F1. So they're just like, well, what is F1 all about? It's about speed and cheapness. But it really is meant to be quite a cheap sport. It hasn't been for many, many years, but it's meant to be. You have a set regulations where everyone can kind of like in their garage or something can build an engine. Like back in the day, they can build an engine, they can tune it up, and you can have these like greasy mechanics just tuning around with a spanner and all of that. And now it's like all computer based, which I get, it's modern and all of that, and I respect that. I love it. So I love seeing all the data and all of that stuff. I don't know what any of it means, but it looks really cool. But I think it would be great if they can start to turn back the time with the engine development stuff and not make it too complicated. Make it interesting for other teams and other companies around the world to go, I would like to see a Caterham F1 team. Like Caterham would be amazing. Another one, Koenigsegg. I'd like to see Koenigsegg in an F1 team. Again, like these guys make incredible engines. Bugatti as well, W16, W12s. I'd love to see these different teams join F1. And I think if you have a V10 with all of this, not this hybrid shit, it's going to be intriguing because they don't have to spend fucking millions and millions and millions and millions of pounds developing a battery for a car, which is only for fucking 3 seasons, when you have a solid V10 and you just fine tune it, you dial in your aerodynamics, and you do all of that shit. Like I just think it's beautiful. I think just combustion racing is the pinnacle of F1. Hybrid stuff's really cool because it's like, you could say it's better torque, but then you can tune an F1 car with like with V10s and turbos. You could probably make it quicker. I probably can already, and I just think just do it because we want the character back. The cars at the moment don't sound bad. It's a V6. It's not the worst sounding car. It's really not. But compared to a V10, it makes it look like a fucking... So say you had a UFC fight, let's say John Jones, and you have him is a V10, and then the V6 is kind of like a ping pong player. Maybe not a ping pong player. A tennis player. Like, the caliber of the two, you're going to take the V10 in a fight with a tennis player. The tennis player is, he's strong, muscly and all of that shit. But the fucking V10 of John Jones would fuck you up. So you take that guy any day. Such a weird analogy of a fucking V10 and a V6. And like, they're both really cool, really cool. But yeah, that's my little rant on it. And I really hope it happens. I really do. And I hope you share my opinion and my love for a V10. If you ever have the opportunity to go and listen to one, like a proper V10, not some V10 in someone's car, again, they sound amazing. Unless it's got a straight pipe, and if it's not Italian and it's not got a straight pipe, you're not hearing a proper V10. And I don't mean any disrespect to any Americans or Asian people out there. Actually, I take it back. The Lexus, is it the LFA? Is that a V10? That car... Oh my fucking God. That car, one of the best sounding like stock cars, is it? I think it's a Lexus LFA, isn't it? LFA. Is it LFA? Or I got that completely wrong. Is it? There is the LFA. Is it the LFA? Is it a V10? I think it's a V10. V10. It is a V10. So the Lexus, yeah, it is, isn't it? I'm on Google, it's just gone up with it straight away. Yeah, I think it is. I think it is a V10. I can't, yeah, it is. It's a 4.8 litre V10. Sounds incredible. Lamborghini V10. Oh my God. Ferrari V10 with a straight pipe. Oh my God. Like, you can't beat it. If you have a V6 Ferrari hybrid, like the new fucking hybrids, they don't sound nowhere near as nice. Was it the Superfast? Is that a V8 or V10 or whatever it was? Gorgeous sounding car, but put straight by point. LaFerrari was a hybrid. I think maybe the Enzo might have been a V6. I can't remember. But anyway, I just want a V10 back in my life, and I hope you do too. Just a short little podcast of me saying our V10's back. I hope they are, and I feel like we might hear a bit more about it in the next year. I'm just doing this now just in case it comes out tomorrow, and I'm like, oh my God, I fucking predicted the future, or some shit stupid like that. But we got the I'm going to say the Japanese Grand Prix. I think that's the next one. But we've got the Chinese Grand Prix this weekend, and I cannot wait. I'm just going to look at the F1 table. F1, I guess you call it the F1 calendar. Sorry, I'm having a bit of a fucking brain fart here. F1 calendar. Oh my God, it's literally giving me an F1 calendar. If you use Yahoo, why? My laptop, for some reason, likes to put me on Yahoo, even though I've put multiple times, put me on Chrome as default. For some reason, Yahoo has got its fucking nitty gritty paws into my computer system and it won't let go of it. Yeah, Japan's the next one. Suzuka, baby. Is it Suzuka? Yeah, it's gotta be Suzuka, isn't it? Japan? I hope it's fucking Suzuka. If it ain't, isn't it? Yes, it is. Oh my God, I was going to say, oh my God, what the fuck? I said, it looked like Suzuka. I was like, it better fucking be Suzuka. So we got China and then Japan. Two bangers not back to back. I think there's a week in between Shanghai and Suzuka. But again, bangers, back to back, banger circuits. I can't wait. The F1 season's been a struggle so far if you're trying to figure out who's the quickest. If you have figured out who the quickest is, fair play. I know everyone's going into McLarens, but which two of the McLaren drivers are the quickest? I would say Oscar Piastri. I think he's having his Anakin Skywalker moment this weekend. I think he's going to fucking destroy Dick. But I don't know on the Ferraris. There's a lot of talk that they are actually quick, but they had an absolute shit show last weekend. I'm a Ferrari fan, so I really hope that is true. The Red Bulls, hard to gauge. Liam's had a bit of a stonker, and this is another track I don't think he's raced at, so he could have another weekend of a shit show. I hope he doesn't, because I think it'd be nice to see Liam actually doing quite well. And yeah, I've done a prediction podcast. If you want to listen to that, I think it's called like the Chinese Grand Prix predictions or something. Quite easy to find. But yeah, thanks for listening to this podcast, guys. Love you, and I will catch you all again, hopefully again, shortly. Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Red Line Racing Podcast.